Mr. Burgess, the day before the president sent to Congress his initial budget proposal last week, the organization you represent, the American Bankers Association, along with other bank associations, wrote to Congress. And an excerpt of your letter is on the screen. If I'd direct you to take a look at it if you'd like. These banking organizations wrote, "We are gravely concerned that the administration's forthcoming FY 2018 budget may propose cuts to the CDFI fund. We strongly urge you to maintain strong funding levels during the 2016 presidential campaign. The need to create jobs and revitalize economies of disenfranchised rural communities and neglected inner cities was a key theme. CDFI banks work in the exact communities where the focus of this conversation. Community-based financial institutions are uniquely positioned to understand the local credit needs, which is why there is historic bipartisan support for CDFI fund. And yet, in the president's budget, which I'm sure you know, in contradiction to the campaign talk, to help the forgotten women and men, has proposed not only cuts, but a complete defunding of CDFI. Does ABA have a position, and does it stand by its letter, or is there a new position?
Well, I don't really know the thought processes that went into the whole budget process because I'm not involved in that, but we definitely support anything that will help communities develop and that will give us more tools to work with to help small businesses survive and do better.
So that's your letter? You stand by that letter?
That's not my letter, but
well, it's a bank that the ABA joined, and you're still with it, right?
Yes, we support that.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Stone?
Yes, Congressman.
Yeah, thank you for being here today, sir. In your testimony, you note that your credit union was recently certified as a CDFI, and you're currently drafting your grant request. You also note that, quote, the CDFI fund can be an important tool for small and de novo institutions. So if the Congress, following the president's budget, decides to eliminate the CDFI fund, what would be the impact on your institution and the community you represent?
So, great question. Thank you, Mr. Congressman. This year was the first year we were certified in a short period of time. So we are a CDFI institution, and and just let me preface that by saying the limited resources we have even to complete the grants and the grant requests. So we're working with a third party, which costs, a certain amount of dollars, which we don't have to spend, but we have to be willing to take the chance to possibly obtain those CDFI funds by paying the money we don't have because we need to help our members, and that money is available. We're a low-income designated credit union. We have, specific needs, including things like EMV cards. We currently have magnetic stripe cards, debit cards, and moving it, within compliance and moving into the future, we need the EMV cards. The process is that could cost $40,000 to $50,000 of funds we don't have. So we're expending funds we don't have to try to get a chance at these CDFI funds. So the answer is those funds are very important to us.
Thanks a lot for mentioning that. And if you have any other examples of what the elimination of CDFI might mean to you, please forward that information, because we really want to fight for that program.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Edelman, do you agree with the recent Forbes article headline that reads, "Why Trump's plan to defund CDFIs would be disastrous for small businesses"? You see it up there on the screen?
Yeah, so CDFI funds have stepped into many communities that the larger banks have forgotten about a long time ago. They make loans that aren't as profitable. They are really important sources for small business lending. In 2013, the CDFI fund helped generate over $4 billion in lending. Play an incredibly important role in our communities. Anyone who has, it was appalling for someone to run on creating jobs and on economic development, and then, slashing the very resources that are needed to do this work.
I'd like to agree with that, but let me remind members that I have a CDFI bill, and it would expand secondary market for small business and community development loans made by CDFIs. I hope that you guys take a look at it, perhaps support it. And my bill, the Small Business and Community Investment Expansion Act, H.R. 704, is led with Mr. Stivers, Mr. Pittenger, Ms. Maloney, and other members of the committee. It's a bipartisan effort. And let me tell you, I don't know how you say you're going to help working people across America and want to eliminate the CDFI fund. I think that's about how much time I have Thank you for your time.